Hello.
Hi.
What are we doing today?
We're shopping our shop. We're going to shop our shop.
We decided that we were going to call it shopping the shop instead of take a turn.
Shopping the shop. Yeah, I mean, the point is that we're going to show you how we shop our own shop.
Because we do.
Because we do. That's right. So I'm going to take you over to the new yarn wall. We reset a bunch of stuff over the last couple of weeks, and I've got some new yarn. And I'm going to tell you how to use it. Okay? Come on. Here we are. Okay, so this yarn, as you can see, is variegated. It's called Rios. It is merino, it is worsted, and it's variegated, which means that, you know, it has this like fun layering of colors.
Let's get a close up of that.
Isn't that pretty?
Hold on. Ooh.
Ooh, ah. So, so because it's variegated, it's just fun to work with. Like it's, you know, fun to see how it works up. So we have a couple of samples here using variegated yarns. This one is a shawl, and I used multiple different yarns for it. And then this one, I think this is, I wanted to talk about this because I think it's very clever how we have some striping going on here, basically. So this is color work and using variegated yarn, which is a great way to use a variegated yarn, because here's the problem with variegated yarn. It's variegated. So what could happen is with a whole, it's hand dyed. So with the whole sweater, if you're doing a whole thing from here to here in one color, it's going to end up looking, when you switch balls, it's going to end up looking kind of like you used two different balls of yarn. The other thing that can happen is pooling. And this is what pooling is. Like, see how this section of blue pools right here? This is a pretty good, or actually, here's a good example. Oh, I think that might be two different colors of yarn. But anyway, when the one color pools in one area, that's called pooling. In this case, for this project, this worked out really well, and there wasn't a ton of pooling going on in this project. But there's shorter sections. So when you use shorter sections, you have less pooling going on, which is good. So if you were to do a whole big thing, sometimes you can end up with like all the red in one section of your sweater, and that can look a little, like, I don't know, a little odd. So it's nice when you can kind of break it up with a couple of different yarns. So anyway, that's just a suggestion. Another idea too is, like, you know, smaller projects are great in variegated yarn. This is a really pretty hat that Vanessa made.
Let's scoot it a little bit out of the way.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
A little hat that Vanessa made out of this yarn. Actually, this is Mecha. It's a little bit different, but it's the same idea.
It's very nice.
Yeah. So see how it's striped?
Yeah.
So the striping is what I'm talking about. It's not pooling in one thing. It's just striping instead. This is all one skein of yarn, but it didn't all end up in one spot, which is kind of what you want. So anyway, lots of fun colors, lots of great things to mix together, and yeah. So that's Malabrigo Rios.
We're gonna get a quick
Get a little pan.
color.
Pan the wall.
Holy moly. All right, and then let's get down to that.
All right, so here we are at the other new yarn wall, and this one is mostly Woolfolk, which is a great simple yarn from Bluesky. Let's take a look here. They call it fine Highland wool. Highland wool is usually Peruvian. I think it refers to the mountains. And it can be scratchy. It's very good for color work, and it's very hard wearing. It sticks together. So it's a great, workhorse yarn. That's what we call it. This one they call fine Highland wool because it's a lot softer. So it's not a scratchy yarn, but it has that heathering effect.
Is that scarf right there, infinity scarf right there?
Yeah, this one is done out of...
Who did that one?
Maggie did this one.
Thank you, Maggie!
Thank you, Maggie. It's 4 skeins of Woolfolk. Woolstock. Gosh, I keep...
Look at that.
Isn't that pretty?
My gosh.
So it's not variegated, but it is heathered, which is really nice. So it's actually, see, there that is. So see how this yarn has like some blue, some green.
Look at that. Yeah.
Yellow. Wait, there's one that, I wonder if we sold out of it.
Might have already sold out of it.
Yeah, I think we do. Anyway, this is a really pretty one too. See, it's like pinky and mauve gray.
That's great.
Yeah, pretty yarn. Also, really at a great price point, under $10.
Yeah, this one is this is a winner for sure.
Yeah, really good pricing on this stuff. So, you can do all manner of things with this yarn. We've got a sample up here of our Finch mitts. This book right here is the uniform cardigan. That would be a great one. And then this right here is a different yarn, but very similar. In fact, I think it comes from the same place. But anyway, heathered. So you see that the heathering yarn looks really nice. On a sort of, don't get in too close on this. This needs a little yarn maintenance. Needs a little shave.
It does have some nice tonal variation in there though.
Yeah.
Marbling. I like to call it marbling.
Yeah. In yarn land we call it heathering. Just introducing their own terminology. Okay. Okay, so this is Bluesky Woolstok.
So we're going upstairs.
We're going upstairs. Come
Okay.
on. Come on up. Okay. So in here, the thing I'm particularly excited about is this wall.
Holy moly.
And this wall.
Sheesh, we got a lot of...
Sheesh, we got a lot is right. So we have pretty much the whole rainbow of Woolfolk Far right now, which is what this is.
You're also covering the Rasta, which is the other Malabrigo that we carry.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. This is the chunky, chunky weight, bulky weight.
Super popular for us.
Yeah, we all like to say this one pays a rent. So, Rasta is just a really lovely yarn to work with, and it's fun to see what happens with Rasta. So.
Yeah. Do you want to show an example of the Rasta really quick too? Like a sample?
I think all of these are. Yeah.
Can we pull that out of the window?
Yes, the girls put out a bunch of Rasta samples last week.
So it's also got that heathering a little bit more pronounced than the sweater.
No, well, yeah. So in hand-dyed yarn, this is not heathered.
This is not heathered.
No, this is tone on tone.
Okay.
Heathering happens when you take fibers that have it's like the difference between woven and printed.
Yes. Okay.
In fabric.
Okay.
So a woven fabric will have, at the yarn dye level, the yarn is dyed separately in different batches.
And then spun together.
And then it's spun together. And that creates a heathering. So then it's much more continuous. It's a much more continuous effect. Which makes a better sweater. Can tend to make a better sweater. Sweaters that are heathered, you don't see any pooling or striping or splashing of the color. It's all consistently heathered. Mm-hmm. This is a tone on tone, and so it's basically mostly pink. But you can see like some parts are a little bit lighter than others.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one is the variegated version of that. This is one of my favorite. See how it pools? See how the green, there's a bunch of green ended up right here?
Yeah.
And then there's a bunch of pink right here?
Yes.
So that can happen with hand-dyed stuff. And, you know, we don't care about that in a cowl. This is such a pretty cowl. But we would care about it probably in a sweater. Like, you wouldn't really want your sweater to be splotchy, probably.
Once again, this is a subjective, like, if someone really wanted it, they could, but it's just like personal preference.
That's true. That's true. I guess what I'm speaking to is actually one of my good friends, Anna. She watches this. Uh-huh. She probably will know. She will be raising her hand. She was my first employee here. My very first employee, Anna. She made a sweater once. It was called the Boxy something. And we made it out of Rios. And she was pretty disappointed because it did a lot of pooling and striping.
I see.
Because of the different. So I'm sort of also, this is like a cautionary thing.
You want to be aware of it.
Just out of wisdom and experience, I know that you might not.
Know the rules before you break them.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Hi, Anna. Okay, so anyway, this is when I think Maggie did this. She mixed some of her leftover yarn. Mm-hmm. So this is Loopy mango, and this is Rasta. And this is Puffin.
Oh, wow. So mixed brands, too.
Yeah.
Nice.
A little sampler. I think she might have done... She did a sweater that was kind of mixed like this, too. And actually... Anyway, so...
Okay, so... It's a 5-minute tangent there.
5-minute tangent.
So this wall...
Yeah, so this wall... I mean... When Maggie finished putting all of this up, I told her, I was like, I want...
It looks so good. Oh my gosh.
Color together. It's so pretty. And I mean, I don't know if you can see this. I think you probably can see this in the show. So the level of detail they've done with the shading is so nice. Like, this is, see the difference between these? You can really get so picky with what color, white or cream, you want.
These reds and oranges right here are like really pulling at me.
I know, me too. That's my favorite part. I keep thinking a sweater that was color blocked, like just start with this one.
Oh, that'd be
then
great.
Then go to this one, then go to end with that one.
Imagine on your sleeves.
Just patch pockets right here.
Sleeves, and like start a gradient that goes from bright to dark or saturated at the bottom.
Yeah.
That'd be really nice.
That'd be really nice. So anyway, we have some yarn quantities of this yarn.
Some sweater quantities?
That's what I meant. Some sweater. Some sweater.
We have some yarn quantities of the yarn.
There's some sweater quantities of this yarn. Great colors, guys. Great colors.
Huge restock of Puffin too.
Huge restock of Puffin. Yep, I started my class on the Watkins sweater, which means that we had a little restock. Do you want to see what colors I picked for my next Watkins?
Yes. Let's pull them off the wall. As the photographer, the light's not doing it justice, but
Okay.
so we'll pull them off the wall and kind of look at them.
Okay, so this one is called Parchment.
Yeah.
It's a very vintage looking white.
Yeah.
Ivory. And then my striping, because we're going kind of vintage, I wanted my striping to not be black. I wanted it to be kind of an off black.
That's nice.
And then for my, again, going vintage, for the next color, it's this one, this green, which is called Hunter. And then as the accent stripe, just a stripe. And that.
Even matches your nails.
Ha! Isn't that going to be fun?
That's going to be good.
I'm excited about it. So, that's what's going on. But there's so many fun options. You could do, you could go with this as your background color.
Yeah, but like pull together another collection that you would want another sweater in. Like that you're just like, oh my gosh. Yes.
Not pretty.
That would be very nice and subtle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, and then another one, you could pop it up a little bit by adding this pink into it. And then you could go kind of a little like reverse the colors. You could have this be the background color. This is a really nice true navy.
Uh-huh.
And then we could have
A little bit cooler, but it's still warm.
mm-hmm. Yep.
That's
Kind of
great.
A little bit of a preppy look. Traditional. It's pretty. So anyway, lots of good options here for sweaters.
Okay, you wanna give a quick peruse through the room?
Yeah, so also over here we've got a restock of Dream, which is what this hat is made out of. So let's see, we've got this and this. This is a class, this hat. The Dan class. We have that one both during the day and in the evening. This is like our 102 class.
And that's like 12 a skein right now, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a good price yarn. It's a nice price point. And then
let me get some of the colors here that we've got.
mm-hmm. We've also got this little guy here. See this guy? Actually.
Oh, the pocket menagerie.
Yeah, let me find. Where's the other little guy? He's hiding.
I think is it on the Puffin?
No, it's not that one. There's a tiny one somewhere. Anyway, little animal. Oh, right here. Little animals. Crochet class coming up. I think this one's coming right up.
That's great.
So, if you have an inclination to crochet, sashay on over here.
And big, I mean, lots of Merino number 5 options.
Yep.
And more Dream on the other side. We got to get a scan of that.
Yeah, more Dream colors. I've kind of popped all of the Valentine's colors together. Aren't they cute? Yeah. And then we've got the Mohair So Soft right here too, which I just finished my shawl. And I put the little tassels, tiny tassels on there.
What?
Yeah. So this is out of Merino 5. Most of this is Merino 5. And then this is Mohair So Soft. And this is the class, the shawl class that I did, but I just used 2 skeins instead of 4. So it's a smaller, much smaller one. It wraps around the neck a little better. For, well, I don't know. I'm short, so that's that. Okay.
Alrighty, folks.
Come and shop our shop. We also have some nice stock of tools and things.
Yeah, we got some cocoa knits.
Yeah, and I think
The wall, I mean, this already got like,
I know
the
we have
maker
to
boards
reorder
just
already.
got, yeah, the maker board.
Maker boards got eaten up.
Got magnets. If you did happen to get your hands on the maker board, we've got magnets for you. Needle gauge, fly to stitch markers, snips,
Yep.
darning
tapestry
needles, or tapestry needles.
Well, they're darning needles. Yeah. And these are nice because somebody asked me, what is the metal there for? And I was like, it's magnetic.
Look at
So
that.
these stick on the board.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. So anyway, fun stuff. Come on and shop our shop with us. Thanks for coming, guys.
Bye.
Bye.